Hello, that's us, your defeated and determined hosts. This week, looking at falling down. Beth, a pleasure as always. What's the crack?
Um, so I'm been single parenting kind of for 2 weeks. Mike came
Uh-huh.
home for 2 days and then left again. So I'm just doing a lot of driving people where they need to go and appreciating Mike for all the things that he does
Hmm.
when he's home. Um, I so I'm also planning to come and see you in a few weeks. So we've
Hmm.
been working on that, and we're going to go. Have you been? So Mike and the kids and I are coming to the UK. We're going to go to Oxford for a week. We're going to go to Northern Ireland to see Andy for a week, and then we're going to
Hmm.
go to London for a week. So this is our big like family trip. The kids have never, I mean, they don't they go to Oregon and they go to
Yeah.
sounds so, yeah, Maria. So they've it's like time for them to, I can tell with both of them, they're in this kind of just like they're both just growing, and I want them to get out of this country and
Yes.
see the rest of the world.
Yes.
So it's a good thing. So
It is.
question for you. So we just got tickets to go down to Ireland to
Yes.
see Newgrange,
Hmm.
which is this super old bulbousness
Whoa.
with
Hmm.
caverns, right? It's like a grassy knoll, but with no assassination connotations. I don't know what to call it.
This is an interesting way into what Newgrange is,
I
Beth.
know. What is it?
It's an
It's an
ancient tomb.
older, it's a, thank you. Thank you. But it's like, I don't know. You guys have these like knolls that are grassy. Do you call them knolls?
I suppose we do, yeah.
Okay, well,
I
there's one in Oxford too, at the
like
prison.
what is a knoll? All right, let me look this up.
Okay, look it up. So we're going to this knoll.
Okay.
Have you been that my question is, have you been there
No,
before?
I have
Have you
not.
seen Never. Okay.
Never.
I felt like I was buying so it's like the way that they've got this website, it's like every day they release the next day, 30 days in the
Yeah.
future.
Hmm.
And so you got to be like ready at midnight. And the tickets go like hotcakes right
Yeah.
now, apparently because it's summer. So I
I
was
think
like,
especially because it's summer, yeah.
yeah. So Andy was like, if you could do it at 4 p.m. your time, that'll be midnight. And so like Mike was like, granted he's in Spokane, but he was like, he knows how to buy Burning Man tickets. So he's like, should I log on at the same time? And I was like, yes, you should. And like whoever gets the tickets first, like you just hope
Yeah.
that you're in the queue. So we got the tickets, but then you were like, I'm excited. Or you said something along the lines of like, yeah, I'm excited to see it finally or something. And I was
Yes,
like, this is new for you too.
it
Okay.
is.
I like new.
Yeah, me too. I mean, like
Okay.
it's something that has
Had you
long.
seen Stonehenge before?
No.
Oh, but that's right. And I got mad at you for it.
Yes, this is true. I
Well,
mean, like,
maybe we'll see Newgrange and I'll be mad at you then
yeah,
too.
yeah, it's smart. Just find reasons to be mad at me. First things first, a knoll is a small rounded hill or a mound of earth. We need to get that out of the
Okay.
way. I like it has been long on my list. I mean, like, there isn't it's embarrassing how little of Ireland I've seen. I
It's
think
not
that like
bad.
a couple of years ago, I think it was in COVID times when it was tough to do anything. That's when I took my dog Sasha and we like drove down the West Coast, which I had never done, and there's so many beautiful things down there. So I have seen more of it now. But
Hmm.
it's like I think so many people in so many places, like, you know, you know your area, a little
Yeah.
bit around there, and you
Yeah.
don't tend to go much further, and it's such a
Yeah.
shame, you know.
Yeah.
So like,
Proud of you.
thank you, and I think that like I'm excited that it's great. I'm happy that we're all going to get to see it together, as my first experience seeing it, So
Yeah.
it's great. I'm really looking forward to it. Like I say, it's long been on my list, so yeah, it'll be nice.
Um, I'm excited too. And I'm excited we got the tickets. So
Yeah.
I have to tell you about the tarantula.
Okay.
So I came home, it's the last day of school. I came home and Mike was like, before I got the kids, and I had this whole plan. I think I told you. I can't believe I didn't tell you this about the tarantula.
Hmm.
Okay, so I had all of I buy like 4 or 5 inflatables every at the beginning of every summer,
Yeah,
and
they have
that will
a
hopefully last it.
ridiculous, even like I was there a few years ago, and the
Yes,
number of inflatables were
yes.
insane.
Well, lot of them we inherited with the house, and I was
Okay,
like, sure, we
okay.
need all these, like, some of them are really random or like cup holders, and you're just like, whatever. Anyways, so I got a bunch. I got a giant pizza slice. We've got Fangel the flamingo. The
Yeah.
kids name everything. We got a crocodile. It doesn't matter. So I like inflated everything. I was like, my whole plan was to inflate everything, and they were gonna walk home because they're both super bummed. And this was like the same day we went to see Masters of the Universe. Um,
This was the last day of school, was it?
yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
didn't
yeah,
tell you this part. Oh my God. Okay, so I just sent Andy a photo of the tarantula. Maybe I'll post it. I probably not. But
yeah.
so Mike's like, I walk in the house and there's a dead tarantula laying on the counter. And I was like, is that a toy? Or, and he's like, no, it's a dead tarantula. I found it in the pool.
Uh-huh.
I was like, okay. He's like, yeah, it was floating upside down. And, I like laid it out in the sun for 10 minutes and it didn't move. And so, like, I was going to scare the kids when we got out of school. And I was like, no, don't take my inflatable moment away from me. I was like, go, like, put it outside. Or he's like, I could put it on Harper's pillow. I was like, whatever, but like, don't ruin my moment of them like walking in the door and being
Sure.
like, summer
Yeah.
started, right?
Hmm.
Master of the universe. And he was like, okay, so he was like, her bed or outside. And so he put it on the table that we have like under the overhang outside.
Hmm.
Kids come in, blah blah blah, school, yay, snacks. I was like, let's do pool time. And then I'm sitting out there and there's a napkin but nothing on it. And so I text Mike he's in a meeting and I'm like, "Where's the tarantula?" And he's like, "It's on the table on the napkin." And I was like, "It's gone. It's gone." And he's like, maybe a hawk got it or something." And I'm like,
Yeah.
on a black tarantula on a black table under an overhang. I was like, the like in like an hour, that's
Yeah.
unlikely. And I don't know if you remember like the seating area, but like it's like a table with sides. You can't see what's underneath it, but
Yes.
I'm like
Hmm.
sitting there typing and I've got my toes underneath this table. Um, and he comes out and I don't think anything about it. I'm like, whatever, tarantulas. Then Mike comes out and he's like, where is it? And I'm like, it's gone. It's not, it's, maybe you're right, a bird. And he looks under the table and he's like, holy fucking shit. And he's like, it's there and it's definitely flipped over and it's definitely alive. And like, like, it had no fur, but its fur was like extended and it was like under there. So we got a Tupperware container. Like, we had to like move the whole table and get it. Like, I don't know if you guys have bees. I'm sure you have bees, but
Yeah.
like the way we catch bees without harming them is you get like a piece of paper and a cup if it's in your house and you put the cup over the bee and then you slide the paper between the glass and the bee and then
Yes.
you
Yes.
cup both
Hmm.
and you take it
Hmm.
outside and you let it go free or spiders. So that's what we did with the tarantula. But I just sent Andy this photo of Mike holding the tarantula under the Tupperware
Yeah.
container next to Harper's head. And she's like, yeah. So we're just saving shit over here. So I went down in the gully and I put the tarantula under a rock. And hopefully it is now
Living its
deciding
tarantula
to be
life.
monogamous and
Yes.
not give birth to baby tarantulas.
Oh, that'd be nice. That
I
would be
know.
nice. I
But
think
that's the
like
crack.
because tarantulas are supposed to be like fairly chill, I think, is my
They
understanding.
they are venom. Like
Oh,
Mike
they
was
are
like,
venomous?
yeah, he was like, when it was flipped over, I could see its fangs on its butt or whatever, and I was like we watched Arachnophobia, Andy, so we're arachnid experts.
Of course.
So yeah, they can be. I mean, they're not as bad as like a rattlesnake, but they're definitely native here. So I have tarantulas. Maybe I'll get one as a pet.
Yeah. Uh, that's interesting. Yeah, so apparently
Mhm.
they don't they bite they do bite. It's rare and typically as
Mhm.
a last resort. So
Yeah.
it's not something they like to do. Um
I didn't get bitten, so I'm like cool.
this is the thing that like to me, so there's so many people, especially in this country, are like, oh God, I'd so love to live in somewhere with hot weather and blah blah blah. And I'm like, I don't think you have thought about the whole experience of hot weather, which is there's so many fucking crazy critters that come with hot weather. Do you know? Like I don't particularly like the bugs in this country, and the bugs in like fucking Taiwan or Korea, it's just a whole. extra level of nightmare. It's like there's mosquitoes, they're everywhere, and they're gonna get you, and that's
They
gonna happen all the
are.
time. And like we do have mosquitoes here, but they're rarer, but it's just it's yeah, it's a
We
nightmare.
have mosquitoes everywhere here. I'm sorry, you brought up Taiwan.
Yes.
I don't know if you know, the president of Taiwan has a
Hmm.
crop top
Okay.
fetish.
Wait,
So you
what?
might, I saw it today. I was probably on Reddit again. I have a guilty pleasure habit. And someone was like, the crop tops are back, and he's just like walking around with those like like his Paris Hilton like 90s jeans that are like low, like below belly button, also wearing crop tops. I don't know. It's a
Okay,
thing.
I need to look into this.
Mhm.
Um, there is a
What's the crack with you?
I just a quick so like basically so quick story a quick bug story of Taiwan for a couple of
Okay,
different things. Like I saw some fucking massive spiders in that country. There was like these two palm trees at one point. The spider and like a significant distance between the two palm trees. I would say like a meter and a half.
jumped.
And
Did it jump?
it didn't jump. No, it had built a web between those two and was just sitting in the middle. And I'm like, wow, I think it was a globe spider. I can't recall. But the other one for me was where I parked my scooter, there was a hornet's nest that was there's like in the awning, a hornet's nest formed. And it was always getting kind of sketchy getting your bike in and out, and for whatever reason, it wasn't dealt with. And at one point, I was taking off, like I was, heading to work, taking
You
off.
had a scooter? I'm
Yeah, I did.
sorry, back up. You had a fucking scooter in
That's
Taiwan?
just how you kind of. I had to do my.
I know. It's terrifying.
It's very terrifying. And there's so many there, and driving over there was a
That's
real
the thing.
baptism
There's
of
so
fire.
many.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've
The
done some driving.
like I'll get back to that, but like at one point I was about to take off, and like basically on the handles, one of the handles, there was a like a hole on both sides, basically at either edge, and one of the hornets, I saw it as I was putting my helmet on. I saw this hornet land on the handle and then crawl inside the hole, and I'm like, God fucking damn it! I'm like, now I'm gonna have to, drive with this thing, possibly got to poke its head out, go, hi, yeah, and like hornets are no joke. So that was not fun. It did eventually just disappear. It just eventually came out, and because I was driving fast enough, it just kind of like vanished, But that was deeply
I'm
sketchy.
sorry. Have you ever been stung by a bee?
Yes,
Okay.
and I've been stung by a wasp a few different times.
Okay. Just asking.
Um, okay. So, oh yeah, so
Scooter. You drove a
scooters, yeah, yeah.
scooter.
The one last thing was like, so basically before I had to do my test as well before I could
You
drive
had to
one
get like
legally.
a scooter license?
Hmm.
Do you still have it?
Um, hmm, Possibly. I don't know where it would be, but it probably somewhere.
Oh,
Uh,
I have a favor to ask. I might have to ask you offline.
okay.
There was something that you had from South Korea, your time in South Korea. It was a little book that someone made about your time together. And it was like, you're like, oh, check this out.
Huh.
This I was
Oh,
the scrapbook. I
I
need to see it
think that
again.
was
I
the
need to
one.
see it
No, no, no.
again.
I think that was from Australia.
Is it Australia?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay. I
yeah, yeah,
told
yeah.
Claudia that story and she was like, "What?" Because I bigger topic, but I need to see it again because I need to see it again.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah, yeah,
put
yeah.
that
This
on our
was.
list of things to do.
Yeah, yeah, that's a keepsake I'm gonna keep forever.
Yeah, yeah,
That one
yeah.
is
You need to.
nuts. Right.
Yeah.
So,
Sorry.
basically for the scooter thing, the test basically before I did it, it was basically like ludicrously easy, like anyone could pass. But like as a result, how people drove in Taiwan was a nightmare, especially in scooters. It was a real disaster. So they added in an extra thing, and it was only a few years prior to me taking the test, where you had to like it was a fairly short distance, and you had to basically make it from A to B in this kind of fairly narrow track. And you couldn't go. It had to be over 10 seconds. So basically, you had to show that you could control the bike at low speeds and kind of keep it straight. And it was tough. And I did it. I think I did it my very last. It was like you had three goes. First two, bit of a mess. Just made it my third one, and it was such a relief. But yeah, interesting experience.
I think I'm wrong about the president wearing crop tops.
Okay, we need
I gotta correct that really quick. Um,
Right, we need to move on.
Sorry.
That's okay. I'm just looking at the
That's
time already, and we have
I
not
know,
even
I know, I know, I know. Okay.
attempted to look at our talk about our
No, it's
movie.
fine. It's fine. Um, okay, so sorry, President of Taiwan, you don't have
I mean,
a
like
crop
maybe you
top
should think
fetish.
about it though. Maybe you should think about it. So
Don't get on
just
Reddit.
just very quickly, my what's a crack is that I've seen Toy Story 5. I liked it.
Oh, I made fun of it. Okay, in the last
Yeah,
episode.
you did.
Was I,
And
am I raising my kids right?
yeah, you are. It's it's interesting because it's like it's not so much a technology's awful. It's kind of just about how transient all things are. So both toys
Hmm.
and technology, but it's like, but it's also about like, you know, treasuring the time that you do have to spend with people and things like that. I thought like I've enjoyed all those movies. I thought it was a good entry in it. Like even though, I think both four and now five, people were like, all right, you told your story, what are you doing? But like I enjoyed it. I had a good time with it.
I saw they're selling iPads that look like the character of
Lily
the
Pad?
iPad.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
And everyone's like, "What are you doing?" I gotta get off Reddit. I gotta get off
Yeah,
Reddit.
do
Get
it.
off Reddit. Get off Reddit. Let me
Okay.
tell you things like President of Taiwan has a crop top fetish with photos, and I was like, "That's so weird." Sorry. Okay, I have a Curran.
Okay,
Sorry.
please go for it.
Okay, so I've got a little bit of a theme going with myself this week, I guess. It's all about me and animals and me saving animals and tarantulas. So, my best friend Becca, who is now super on our listing weekly list,
Hell yeah.
uh, she says that your Ace Ventura meets Snow White nickname is bad. You call me
Where
Snow
you mean
Ventura.
the portmanteau? Oh yeah, okay. All
Yes,
right, okay.
the portmanteau is off. So Becca, there she used a big word that I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
So she suggests white snowflake or just snowflake words works in general.
Okay.
Ace
Okay.
White, Snow Ventura, Snowhorn, Doc Finkel, Princess Ventura, Dan White, Princess Finkel, or Princess Dan. She went all the
Okay.
way into the movie, like Dan
Yeah.
Finkel, which is like I yeah.
Okay.
Anyways, so there you go.
My rebuttal is how about Princess Snow Ventura?
It's Princess Snow.
So like
Becca, what say
Becca,
you?
you can think about that.
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah,
can let
yeah.
me know
Let
what you
us know.
think. We can workshop this. We'll get there,
Yep,
you
yep.
know?
Okay, so I will let her know to listen to this episode. Okay,
Please.
so um
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Do you have any
I know
more what's occurring
we're
for
over.
us?
I do have so much what's occurring.
Okay. I mean, you can
So
save some for next time. Well, okay,
I
go
think
for
I
it.
might have to.
All right.
So I'm now creating a new category
Okay.
of what's occurring.
Uh-huh.
This is called the Last Exit to Nowhere quiz.
Okay.
I'm gonna sponsor this by the Tyrell Corporation.
Sure.
So, are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is where I we have a listener, our top fan, that sends these questions in, and Andy has to guess
Oh
which
God.
movie.
Okay.
Okay, sorry, sprung the. I Andy has no preparation. I
No,
look
no,
at
no.
a
I like it.
script
I like it.
and I've got the
I'm
answers. Okay,
that sort of movie nerd. That's how my brain works. So yeah.
okay, you can call yourself a cinephile. That's kind
Yeah,
of the
I am
category we're
cinephile.
in now. Okay, I'm not. All right,
Mm.
ready?
Mm-hmm.
He tries to like he sends once he's got four of them. I don't know if that works for time, maybe three or even two, or I can break them up. Okay, doesn't matter. I'll figure it out. So, last access to nowhere quiz as part of what's occurring, sponsored by the Tyrell Corporation. I made that up myself.
Okay.
Um, okay, just based on why he thinks it's funny. Okay,
Sure.
I'm not saying you get more conservative as you get older or anything, but the notion that the Chinese Communist Party would voluntarily give secret advanced technology to help bring Mark Watney home was the single most far-fetched part of that story.
Oh, it's The Martian.
So good. I would get
There is
medically.
something quite optimistic about that movie that just like you're like, I don't know.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
don't
yeah.
know.
Oh, it's impossible. Like we just watched Project Hail
Sadly.
Mary, and I was
Yeah.
like, loved it, but also, um,
If only.
you just Like
If only this dystopian world I'm looking at where the
like
Earth is on the
throwing
brink
rocks
of
in
collapse.
space and you're like, got it,
Yeah.
cut it. Yeah.
If
Anyways,
if only that was, if our world was a bit more like that dystopian world, that would be nice.
yes. Yep. Right?
Yeah.
Right? You're not wrong. Okay, number two.
Hmm.
I'm not saying you get more conservative as you get older or anything, but Captain Ramsey had orders to launch in hand, and Commander Hunter's subsequent hesitancy just got in the way of the USS Alabama doing the whole world a favor.
Oh, I know this and I can't think.
First letters starts with a C.
Is it Crimson Tide?
Yes, you're
Okay.
so good. And he spelled favor with a U.
Of course he does. That's how you spell
I
favor
know.
on this
I'm
British
learning these things,
podcast.
right?
I don't know.
It is. Most people are that well, we can talk about that later. Okay. Ready? Number
Hmm.
three. I'm not saying you get more conservative as you get older or anything, but every time I watch an SAC SOG operative Matt Graver speed across the US Mexico border, as well as all of his other colorful activities, I agree with his self assessment that he's special.
Huh. I don't know why I don't know. I really don't know. I'm struggling with
Okay,
this one.
okay, that's okay. I didn't get, I literally like all of these. I'm like, okay. Sicario 2.
Okay. I've forgotten the
Strictly
names. Like it's been so
speaking,
long since I've
but
seen those films.
Sicario would also work. So I
Yeah.
didn't even know there was a Sicario 2.
Yep.
Sorry, top fan. Um, don't hate us. Okay, number four. I'm not saying you get more conservatives as you get older or anything, but having Harry Tasker vanquish Crimson Jihad in a Looney Tunes manner with the arch villain Aziz literally strapped to a missile is exactly the kind of contem contemnable contemnable
What's going on?
contemnable mocking approach. You can't blame me for not getting this. I'm dying laughing. Okay, I'm
Okay.
missing all my pages. Stop it.
Beth.
Okay.
Beth.
Oh
Okay, I
God.
know the answer to this question. Don't worry.
Okay, what is it?
It's True Lies.
I don't even know if that's
It's
true.
definitely True Lies. 100% is True Lies. Don't worry. I know it because yeah, it's 100% True Lies.
Okay, now I'm on the. Okay, good job. Good
Thank
job.
you.
I don't know if I want to talk about this movie. That's part of my problem.
Okay. Oh, really?
Okay.
Oh, this is what's
Yeah.
happening. Okay, okay. I
Yes.
think we
Sometimes I avoid. I avoid. I'm avoiding.
simply must move on
Okay, fine.
and talk about this movie. And
Ugh.
it's yeah. So we're getting to our subject this week. You know, we're having a fun time in the sun with our summer
Guys,
season.
you're not allowed to watch fun movies.
Too too nice a time, I say. So it's time
Someone,
to
I know.
eat our vegetables and watch Falling Down. Now, Falling Down is a film, what, from 93? I'd say it was exactly the same year as Dazed and Confused.
Yeah.
It so my relationship to this film is that as a kid, there were I'm pretty certain it was like a petrol
Mm.
station, like a gas station, as you would call them, like a petrol station type thing, where like you basically whatever you filled up, you also got like vouchers, and like vouchers you could get like certain kind of VCRs, you know the type of thing they would have done back in the 90s. So this was one of the VCRs that we had. We had this, we had like Demolition Man, we had those are the only two I
Like
really remember.
VHS?
Yes.
Okay.
And so as a result, I've seen this film quite a few times. Um, like probably because it's an 18, I think, isn't it?
I need to start.
Or an
You
R.
were right about True Lies. It was
Yeah.
R. So
Yeah,
yeah,
so being
and this came out in
18 in this country in
93.
that case, yeah. Um, but it's an so like I think I had I wonder how much this film shaped me actually. Now I think about it.
Dude,
Huh.
you're not the only one. You're not the only
That's an
one.
interesting question.
It's
I really need to like examine here.
yeah.
So,
So
mhm.
go ahead.
So yeah,
Well,
do you want to give us a quick synopsis in terms of like
yeah.
what this film
So,
is?
I mean, basically, an ordinary man reaches his breaking point and starts lashing out against the various flaws he sees in society. Is
Uh-huh.
the bait that's as basic as I could get.
Yeah. It's
Thank
very
you,
I
guy
wrote
on IMDb.
it's very Dennis Leary coded.
I wrote something else. I was like, this feels like a movie MAGA would
I
love.
was like, I actually wrote down defense would definitely be MAGA. This is the thing that I wrote. He
Ah,
100% would. He'd be one of the guys who'd be like, "Oh, all the racist stuff is terrible," but actually, that Donald Trump guy's got some pretty good ideas.
well, and that now I'm like watching. Like watching this. I felt um violated
Sure.
because it's so close to. I don't know. Okay, so it came out in 93. I remember like watching this with all my dude friends in high
Uh-huh.
school, like over and over and over and over and over
Oh, so you've
again.
also seen it many times? Yeah.
Many times. Same thing. It was just kind of one of those like so last week we did I already forgot what we did last week. We did Dazed and Confused.
Hmm.
And that was another one of those movies that we would just watch all the time.
Yeah.
And it was kind of like always on, or someone would be like, "Do you want to watch Falling Down?" Or we'd be like, "Yeah." Um, but it's so close. It's like it mirrors what is happening in my country
Yes.
so much that
It,
it's so uncomfortable for me.
it is scary how, well, like 30 years later, not much has changed, and a lot of the, a lot of the themes in this movie.
Mm,
Um, but I think that's like it's so, to me, emblematic of the type of film that people watch and then go and take all the wrong messages from it,
I agree.
Like, oh,
Thank you.
isn't Defense cool? He's a badass. And he's like, he's not cool. He is a broken man who has clearly hurt people, who has anger issues, you know, that he probably, there's not many paths for him to like deal with those anyway. But like, in no way should this guy be seen as a hero at all.
I think well, we'll get into like
Yeah.
the the ripple effect that this movie had
Okay.
on just like pop culture.
That's interesting. Okay. I don't know a ton
Um,
about that because, yeah,
yeah, I
but it,
looked into it a little bit and I was like, holy shit. So it's like it's, he's we do this assuming all of you guys know that what we're talking about. So you've seen it. He's a fucked up dude and he does fucked up shit
yeah,
and but I think that the idea is that like, he's upset with things. He has a nervous breakdown and what is that? What does it take for someone to get to their breaking point and then what does that look like? And it's kind of like a study of that, but
yeah.
also it's like a larger societal. There's like a lot. There's like theses on this movie.
It's interesting. I'm just gonna talk a little bit about the director in a second here,
Please do. Please
but
do.
I just want to read the Google description of this because I feel like it paints a very different picture. Or it really kind of speaks to what we're talking about here because
Yeah.
it says William is an unemployed defense worker who is frustrated with the various flaws he sees in the society. Good work, Google AI. He begins to crack down and fight back against the everyday injustices that he encounters. That makes him sound heroic. That's not good. Or at least an
That's big.
anti-hero, which I don't think he
Andy,
is either.
Andy. Okay, you already know what the problem is here, don't you? You're reading Google AI.
That's true. It's true. It's true. All right. Okay.
Get out of that. Get out of
You're
here with
right.
that
I'm
shit.
done. I'm done.
We don't use AI. Like I literally, if it says like they now AI, I can't.
I
I just
presume
wanna.
this about things written by AI because fuck it, everything is
Yes,
now. Anyway, right.
but you're not
Uh-huh.
wrong because that is it's all it does is it just like grabs everything and it's like this. The majority say this,
Yeah,
so this
so
is true.
true.
So the
Okay.
majority are saying what you just said,
Yes, that makes
which
sense.
is fucked up.
Okay. So this
Okay,
was directed by Joel Schumacher. Um,
Schumacher.
my enemy forever. I will explain why in a second. So
Okay,
he started
I
as a
was like,
fashion designer and entered film making as a production and fashion designer. So like I think he just wanted to like work in the fashion field, but then ended up like using those skills in the movies. Um, he rose to prominence in movies like Lost Boys and Elmo's Fire and Falling Down. So like he has a like litany of like really interesting projects in his like background.
I had
Um,
no idea.
he is also responsible for ruining the 90s Batman franchise. Now, that is perhaps a little bit of editorializing on my part. Ruining it.
I feel that very deeply.
I was so excited for but no, wait, Batman Forever, because like I
Yeah,
loved so much the first two Tim Burton movies, and then like he was
they were
removed from this.
fabulous.
And this was a time when I had no idea who a director was, or probably not much of an idea. And I was so excited for Batman Forever, and then it was so disappointing to me.
That was with Poison Ivy and like Arnold
I think that's
Schwarzenegger.
Batman and Robin. Batman Forever is Jim Carrey as the Riddler and Tommy Lee Jones as Two-Face, I believe.
Was who was playing Batman?
That was Val Kilmer.
Right. Oh, right.
Yeah.
Oh, Joel Schumacher did us dirty.
So yeah, so that's why he's my enemy forever.
Okay, yeah, I agree. Agreed. Enemy forever.
Enemy forever. Sorry, sorry. Oh,
Sorry,
he
Joel.
is dead. R.I.P. I apologize, but
Oh, okay. Oh, Andy's dead. Okay, well, yeah.
he did my boy Batman dirty. Um, he's another chill guy talking about chill dudes. Another normal chill guy, Batman.
So chill. So
Okay.
normal.
Um,
Gonna hang out in my bat cave.
oh, Jesus
Sure. Again,
Christ.
I
Yeah.
get that line all the time. My
I want to,
God.
I'm gonna like, I guess, get another orphan to fight crime for me. Cool, man. That's real cool. It's a real cool thing to do. Anyway, Beth, do you want to like tell him a little bit more about the
Okay.
story?
I do. So, it was written by, I don't want to mispronounce his name, but I think it's Ebb. It's Ebbe, Ebro
Okay.
Smith, who also wrote Turner and Hooch,
Yeah.
where the dog dies.
Oh, spoiler.
Unforgivable, Unforgivable, The Big Easy, which I actually did enjoy. Um, so he wrote the script in 10 weeks. Which like, what can I do in 10 weeks? Nothing. Nothing. Um, it's good job. So he saw something on the news involving a truck driver who was like ramming cars on the highway, like a
Hmm.
semi truck driver. I know you guys have those, just in different, like more of them, but like I think gas is just more expensive over there. So anyways, so he almost sold it to HB. So he wrote the script. He was like based on this dude that was just like had a conniption and was just like using a semi truck as a weapon. Tried to sell it to HBO. It got turned down by every studio. But then the president of production at Warner Brothers stopped the sale. Um, and yeah, I mean, he was friends with Michael Douglas, and he was like, "No, we need to make this into a feature film." But the filming of this actually like was difficult because it was happening at the same time as the Los Angeles riots.
Mm.
So they had to get special permission to shoot. That like California is much different than it was then, but like the sand, because I was like, they're on the Venice Pier, and I'm like, that's not the Venice Pier. They have like hot dog on a stick and all of the rides, but back then, no, it was closed to the public, and it was a piece of shit, and it was falling apart. So they got special permission to be there, but it was like this whole movie was filmed in production, um, and that pier shot was filmed on the day that the 1992 LA riots broke out, which in our country was like a very big deal.
Yep. Yep.
So, okay. So then, sorry, there's an interview less than a week before Falling Down's release. So Ebb Rosesmith gave her his interpretation of what the movie was about, which is good for us to know, everyone. He said to me, sorry, I'm reading these are his words. To me, even though the movie deals with complicated urban issues, it is really just about one basic thing. The main character represents the old power structure of the US that has now become archaic and hopelessly lost. For both of them, it's an adjust or die time.
I like that.
Mhm.
Um, nice, nice, nice. Okay.
Yeah, heavy. Sorry.
Yeah,
We're
no, it
trying to
is.
liven it up, but
Yeah,
it's
it
a
is. It
heavy
is.
topic.
It is.
Heavy,
I think,
lively.
like, I think, comparatively, like, considering some of the films we've done in recent
Yeah.
months, it's
Yes.
like, it has, like much more of a, like, popcorny kind of, like, action
It's
movie.
not a comedy, but it's
No,
kind of a like a dark.
it is, like,
It's
and it's like, because, whereas, like, something like Leaving Las Vegas, or Wild at Heart feel quite, like, you know, dark
eh,
in ways,
yeah.
like dark and dangerous in ways. This still feels kind of like goofy and silly in a lot of ways. It's just really grappling with like some really heavy shit, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
So composer for this movie was James Newton Howard. It was a name I was kind of partially familiar with, but I didn't know super well. But like looking into him, he's a composer and a music producer, who has had like just a really incredible career in movies. Like he has done so much. One of these guys who you'll probably see his name crop up a lot. He worked with why is the name escaping me? But on the first two Batman movies for Christopher Nolan,
Mm.
with a movie I
Christian Bale.
nope. The composer for those
Oh,
films,
don't
really Hans Zimmer, Hans
remember.
Zimmer, Hans Zimmer,
That
Hans
guy.
Zimmer. So he
Who?
Hans Zimmer,
Who the
yeah,
fuck
that
is?
guy,
I
yeah, yeah,
know
yeah.
who. I was gonna say who the
You
fuck
know.
is Hans Zimmer, but I know.
Yes.
I know.
So Hans Zimmer, he worked with him on those movies, but he also did things like Pretty Woman, The Fugitive, and
Oh,
Sixth
jeez.
Sense. So
Oh,
like
jeez.
he's had his fingers in many different sort of like, you know, big movies, big sort of movies that made like, a lot of money and were like really
We
kind
need to
of like
watch The
important.
Sixth Sense.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. I'm
Um,
adding it.
okay, love it, love it, love it. But yeah, I think like a kind of like, because this movie is such a summary movie, and it's like, in terms of like, it's like
It's LA Summer.
the one I
Hey!
the one that I always think of is Predator 2, where
Uh-huh.
everybody's just sweating the whole time, and it's
Yes.
the same sort of thing. It's like really saturated colors, everything's really kind of blown out, and I
Yes.
think it's really, it looks really effective, and I think the music really kind of complements that.
I made a note. This is before California cracked down on emissions. So
Uh-huh.
like the whole city is just like banked in pollution.
Yeah,
And that's a metaphor.
it is. It's
That's
true.
so um yeah.
And
Yeah.
so, a few different things. I mean, basically everybody in this movie sucks. Like, uh, or
Like as a
actually,
character or as an
yes,
actor?
as a character, I would say that like, with the exception of Robert Duvall's character, who
Yeah.
is our chief detective, he's wonderful in it. He's
God,
so
he's
great in
so
it.
good in this
He's so
role.
great in it. So great in it.
And
Like
he was so fucking good. I love
yeah,
him so much.
nearly every other male character in this movie is an asshole, like a real fucking piece of shit. And it's like, even the police, especially her. So he has this partner. So he's basically, it's, very a lot of cliches in this film in terms of like it's
White
his
man
character's
privilege.
last. Yeah, well, that's true.
Oh
But
no, for
it's
Robert Duvall's character.
Robert Duvall's
I okay.
character, his last
Well,
day on the job, you know.
what's up
Um,
with the okay, can you I wrote down okay. It's his last day on the job, but there's like what lore? I want to know more about cop lore because everyone's like, "Oh, it's your last day, you're gonna get killed," and that was like the joke throughout the whole movie. Oh, it's your last day, you're gonna get shot, you're gonna get killed,
yeah.
and that like literally almost happens. And I'm like, is it a thing? So anyone who works for law enforcement and anyone that's retired, like, is that a real like thing that you guys worry about? I'm
I, I
curious.
I think it has become one of those cliches where it's not so much like, you know, like the whole sort of thing is it's, oh, it's my last day on the job. Like, I mean, even like in um The Simpsons with the Rainier Wolfcastle movies. The kind of Arnold Schwarzenegger character in The Simpsons?
McBain.
McBain, thank
McBain.
you.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
in the
yeah, yeah.
McBain movies, he's got a partner called Smitty, and it's his last day on the job.
Yes,
Like that's how
yes.
much of a cliche that is. And he gets murdered, he gets like killed by like
How have I
mobsters.
never caught that? I've never caught that. I'm embarrassed.
So I
I'm
think it is
embarrassed.
something that is like, such seen as such a kind of cliche, But like I think that, despite that, it's really great because he's like such a kind of sharp guy, like, and he has like insight that a lot of these other like, kind of grandstanding assholes, like the chief's a piece of shit, her partner's a piece of shit, even the other incidental cops are kind of really kind of like shitty to him, and he's
His
kind of
wife
the
is a piece of
only,
shit.
yeah, his
I'm
wife is
sorry,
also a piece
she's
of
a
shit.
fucking piece of shit.
She's a real asshole to
When
him,
he's
yeah.
like, there's like the satisfying part where he tells her to shut up,
Yeah.
and she's calling him all day long. He's like, "Come home, come home." And I get it, she's got psychological problems, but he was like, "Shut up."
Yes.
And I was like, yes,
The
shut
Rock.
up. Yeah, she
Yeah,
did a good job.
she did.
Um, yeah, okay. So we could just talk about Robert Duvall for the rest of this.
Absolutely. I mean,
He's
like,
so good. I just like he's the most believable character.
yeah, he's
And
wonderful.
like he reminds me of this character kind of reminds me it in a weird way of my father
Hmm.
because my father could talk to anybody
Yes.
and this character can talk to anybody to get what he wants, but
Yeah,
not in a bad way. He does it like in a fatherly
he
way.
does.
And my dad could be like, he could owe $80 at the library, and he would show up and talk to the librarian and walk out of there with a zero balance. And it
Yes.
was like always like he would be like, "Hey, I'm gonna go flirt with the librarian." And I was like, "Oh, so embarrassing." But he would do that, and he had the gift of that.
Yeah.
And this character, everything he said, I believed it.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Really, really great stuff. Like, he's really like he's just like, I mean, the one that I really thought of, I mean, there was so many, but whenever he goes into what's the guy, William or Bill's house and
Hmm.
meets his mother, and she's like really kind of overwrought, and then he just dials in on her collection of glass
Hmm.
animals, and just like it's such a wonderful way to like disarm what's
Yes.
happening there and like just kind of like
Yes.
take it down a notch, and it's
Yes.
so it
And
just feels so masterful.
at the end of the movie where he's trying to disarm William Foster, Michael
Yes.
Douglas's character, by talking about his daughter who passed away, and like the way he talked about it, I was like, holy fucking shit, like, did this actually happen to him
Yeah.
in real life? Because I believed it. And at that point, he had nothing to lose by
Yeah.
sharing that because he was quitting because or dying, you know,
Yeah.
because it was the last day as a cop. But like that was like so powerful.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Um,
Well written.
it really was.
Good job. Eb, whatever your name is. Sorry, we're so good at this podcast. We're so good.
Okay. Um, so a few other random things I wrote down just about this is that like right at the start, there's like whenever you see him kind of snapping, there's it like it flashes to a few different things, one of which is Garfield, and I wrote Garfield would send anyone over the edge. Would be
I
my
don't
breaking
know.
point as well.
Well, those were a thing. So this is like it's a stuffy Garfield with like suction cups on all of
Yeah. Hmm.
its feet, and then people would stick it into their. It's in LA Story too. It's in the back of Harris Telemacher's car. So it's like it was a thing. It's kind of like baby on board signs, and everyone in the 90s had the Garfield on the back of their window of their car. I don't know why. And now it's like people have Beanie Babies.
Yes, it's true. It's true. They're the modern version of that.
Yeah, it's Beanie Babies.
Um, I had wondered upon watching this whether this was the start of my horn-rimmed glasses fixation. Because I
Mm.
always wanted a pair. I was like, as soon as I like, you know, need glasses, and I probably will at some stage, I will get myself a pair. I now own a pair. I love them. They're great.
Well,
And I wonder,
okay,
is this it?
so my first, I got John Lennon glasses. Those were I was like, I got
Oh,
to
the
pick, and I
circles?
was like, the circles, and they looked so bad, but I was
Hmm.
like, John Lennon wore them, so it's like that was my frame of reference. But also like, I just started watching Stranger Things season one with Harper, my
Uh-huh.
daughter, and my sister had the 80s glasses. I don't know how to even talk. They were like jelly sandals, but for your face, kind of.
Okay. Interesting.
So yeah, I'll send you a. Anyways, anyone watch Things episode one, you'll know what I'm talking about.
Okay, okay.
Anyways, but that and I went the other direction. I was like, no, further back, go to the 70s and 60s and go for John Lennon. Anyways, so um, I just have to talk a little bit about like th this movie then and this movie watching it now.
Hmm.
It, hey Sasha, or is
Yes,
that
it's quite
she's
warm
good?
here today, so I think
Is
she's
is
just
it well like
have,
okay?
having a
We
hard
need to talk
time.
about the weather. Okay, so I because I was just like, I, it's a hard movie. There's racism in all directions. There's Nazis in all directions. There's, you know, um, a lot of like people got upset about this movie. It also won the Palme d'Or at
Oh, did it?
Cannes. Yeah.
Interesting.
Um,
Huh, that's an odd, that's interesting. I
I
suppose like
know.
the
And
Palme
like
d'Or is so wild anyway because it's always like a
it did.
different person running the show. So like,
Yeah.
who
Yeah.
knows? Yeah, that's
Uh,
interesting. That.
so yeah, it did for the Palme d'Or at the 1993. But like the impact it's had, so like the Iron Maiden song Man on the Edge is based on this movie. Um the Foo Fighters music song or mu music video for their song Walk is inspired by and mimics the movie. In the Simpsons episode entitled Homer's Enemy from 97, the animators say that they designed the character of Frank Grimes to look like Michael Douglas's character in this film. The idea is that the men were fed up and impatient with society. So it's just like all these this hasn't come up for other movies where it's inspired other artists and it's making its way into like IMDb's trivia list, which is where I pull a lot of this stuff from. Um, but like, um, I watched this a lot in high school.
Uh-huh.
I watched it now and it was really hard. It was hard.
Yeah.
So I was like, why am I feeling this way? So I went and I was like Googling all the things. And there was so this is from they did a 24th anniversary of the film's release. I don't know why they couldn't wait a year, but whatever. To get to 25, just round up people. Round it up to 25.
Sure.
So there's a film critic, her name's April Wolf of the LA Weekly, and she wrote an article entitled Hey White People, this movie remains one of Hollywood's most overt yet morally complex depictions of the modern white victimization narrative, one both adored and reviled by the extreme right. She said, today we might see Defense, which is the main character's name based on his license plate,
Yeah.
D/FENS, and the white supremacist as the infighting sides of the far right only couches racism in code words like thug, while the other wants an outright ethnic cleanse. Ultimately, what both want is to return to their idea of a purer America unburdened by the concerns of minorities and women.
Gross.
Yeah. And I mean, this movie is just so full of hate.
Yes, it is. It's like that's what I'm saying. Like I mean, like it's just like it is so spiky and like everybody's unpleasant basically. Like and
Mhm.
like despite that, it's it's entertaining. I know, like you say, I think
Yeah.
and I like and I enjoy like I hadn't seen it in geez 20 years and at least probably longer. And I like find it's like it's shot well, it's well acted, it's like especially Duvall, and I also think Michael Douglas does a great job too. It's just like
It was the favorite movie he's filmed ever. His
fascinating.
favorite performance.
You know what as well? It feels like something really distinct. I mean, I can't think of too many other films who are doing something like this, like for better or for worse, like telling a story about a guy having a breakdown essentially and just like his trip across town. Like you sometimes see versions of this where it's like, a story, like a parable type thing, like a Chaucer's Tale type of thing, somebody like having encounters, but like obviously like a very fucking dark twisted version of that. So it's really interesting. It's just I don't know, spiky and dark. It really is. A fascinating rewatch, having not seen it for a long time.
Hmm. And just, knowing that it was being filmed while the riots were happening, um, I think probably there's no way that that couldn't affect this film.
Yeah,
And watching it again and having watched, I mean, I was aware of the riots. I knew it was happening. Um, but I wasn't living in California and I was a kid and I didn't understand the the depth of all of that. And I
Yeah.
watched a documentary not too long ago, and it's like the more information you have, the more fucked up shit looks. Um, so I just think that if you're filming on the Venice Pier and watching your city burn, like that's got to affect the film.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I do have one thing that I really noticed.
Okay.
Um, there's one point where he shoots the phone booth, and behind him there's a giant
Yes.
inflatable butt in the parking lot. Did you see it? And it says Sir Mix-a-Lot on it. And I was like,
Incredible.
and it says, yeah, Sir Mix-a-Lot. It's this huge fucking ass. And I was like, what year did Baby Got Back come out? And it was like, that was his promo.
Fucking
And
beautiful.
so we set it up there, and it really was there, and it made it into the movie. They were like, no one was like, take the butt down.
Hell no, it's incredible. I couldn't believe it. It was fantastic. Like I loved it.
Okay,
Um,
I have one more
okay.
thing. Um, so, okay, so he's got two bags for part of the movie, and I guess the two bags that Bill Foster carries act as metaphors. So the briefcase is his responsible side and like his old life, while the gym bag is filled with guns to represent his turn to disorganization and violence.
Mhm.
He had to get the opportunity because there's a man asking him for money or for food, and he's like, "I want one of your bags. I can sell those bags for so much," and he's like, "Oh, well, you can have one," and he hands him the briefcase, but he could have handed him the one with guns.
Yeah.
So that was like him giving up his old life and just being like, fuck it, here I
That makes
go,
sense.
kind of thing.
Makes sense. I like it.
No one knew that. No one, just don't carry around bags of
The
grass.
last the last thing I have to say is that you know what? I could have done with a bit more Barbara Hershey. Give me all the
Yes,
Barbara Hershey you got.
fuck yes.
I don't get you
I
don't get to
re
see her in enough movies, and
No.
she's always lovely to
I
it's
also
always lovely to see her.
So the woman that played Sandra Torres,
Yeah,
Rachel Ticotin,
she's awesome.
so
I
good.
love
She was
her.
in
She's in like Total
everything.
Recall.
Total Recall.
Yeah.
2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
2 weeks. Um okay.
Shall we
Yeah,
move
lots
into
of
our
notes. I
do you
just
have
have one
stuff?
more note. I
Okay.
do. Yes. I wrote down back when you could hire a stripper for a cop retirement cake party at the office.
Yeah, that was another one where it was just like, man, this is all. I like just the kind of like flat faces of all the women in the office were like, yeah, I guess we have to put up with this shit again.
Generally, like as a woman watching this movie, I was just offended by most things, and
Sure.
it was a bunch of, not to be like, but it was, you know, it's hard. It's hard to watch.
Um, yes. So sh
Violence against women. Please
violence
stop.
against women, yeah, is not chill. Shall we get
Yes.
into our final few seconds?
Sasha.
Yeah, she's on one
Dog's dogging. Yes, let's get to
because
our
we're having a bit of a heat
final
wave at the
reset.
minute,
I
so I think
know.
she's just struggling with it a wee bit. Anyway, sorry, I'm repeating myself. So, to lose it to fit, who are the best outfits in the movie? It has to be defense.
Yeah.
Uh, is
His last
go
outfit.
going from just two psycho outfits, one the white shirt and the tie with horn rimmed glasses, to
That's
a
true.
proper military, like the sort of the sort of person you're like, oh, you've clothed yourself from military outfit store, and that's the look you've decided on. Very scary and insane. I also
Yeah.
did.
Have you ever been to an Army Navy
Oh
surplus
yeah, I have a
store?
few things from
Okay.
them. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I also wanted to make an honorable mention to the gang member who has his shirt with just the top button done up and the rest of it free flowing. And I'm like, do I need to bring that back? We'll see.
Oh.
We'll see. I've considered it
Ooh.
before, but we'll
Ooh.
see.
I
It needs to
like
come
I
back,
like I like where you're going with this.
right? Okay.
What, like a tank top underneath?
Uh,
Whatever you
it could be like
want.
a tank top or a t-shirt. I think the important thing is having the shirt with the bottom of the top done up.
What's the name of so speaking of Total Recall, what's the name of the little monster that's in the guy's head or in his
We
stomach?
Quado or Quado
Quado. It should be
Quado.
Quado's face.
Yeah, okay, I like it. All
So
right,
you should do the
perfect.
single button at the top and then Quado, and then
Oh, and
everybody
they have a
knows.
Quado.
Yeah,
That's interesting. Okay.
I
All right.
know.
Okay. Let
That's
me
your
work on
Halloween
that. Let
costume.
me workshop that. Yeah, it's perfect.
See, it's already done. It's June. Look at you
It's
go.
nice. Okay. So, Andy's Animal Acting Award for Excellence in Animal Acting is his daughter's dog, both in puppy
Mhm.
form and in adult form, a real sweetie and a real troublemaker on that friggin' party table,
Yeah.
causing trouble. Love it. That's the kind of action I like to see dogs doing, just like
I
getting
love dogs
into
on tables.
it. Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Okay. So, Beth, when it comes to
Mm.
falling down, would you revisit, remember, refuse, or redo?
I said refuse.
Ooh,
I
I
don't
understand
hit
that.
this button very often, but like I I was like, what does this do? What purpose does this serve for us right now, at
Sure.
least? And it doesn't serve any purpose other than to cause more or like give people more reason to pull apart from each other.
Yes. Yes.
And I feel like if there was something, like American History X, like you learned something from that. I don't know, like, and that has impact in a very different way that is more healing, even though it's a hard movie. So it's like for me, like this doesn't help us right now. This art doesn't help us right now.
That's fair. That's very fair. I
Yeah.
think I totally understand that. I was with a remember where I was like, you know, it was I rewatched it. I think it's entertaining and there is some really great stuff in there, but I agree it does feel very odd watching it in this current time.
Yeah.
Also,
Yeah.
especially since so many of the kind of awful things still in effect, if not like significantly worse. So it's just tough. Like it's tough to like kind of process that all and go, oh no,
Yeah.
this movie was 32 years ago. It's
Yeah.
grim.
Yeah.
But a very well made movie, some wonderful stuff in there, particularly
True.
Robert Duvall,
Yes.
but yeah, I wouldn't be in a hurry to revisit it for any of you at home.
Which is weird because like over and over and over in high school, and I was like, I didn't think a thing about it.
Same here, same here.
Yeah.
I watched it loads, so I totally get it.
Yep.
It was just like, oh, it's a fun action movie, and now it's like it's
Ah,
very different, very
painful.
different. Yeah. Okay, let's change energy a little
Yeah.
bit, and we'll talk about what has been bringing you joy this week.
I I have three things
Okay. Whoa,
because I know
big
I'm working
shot.
on this. Ah, there's a bird. Hi. Okay. He just flew up and said hi. Okay,
Cool.
so much with me and my animal fun and my new nickname.
Hmm.
So we have a baby Cooper's hawk in our backyard. And it's hanging
Okay.
out every morning. Its fur, it's like all of its feathers haven't grown in, like its adult feathers haven't come in, and it's just kind of like I'm putting water and worms out for it, and it comes every morning, and it just
Ooh.
like it's like balefully like crying, and like I think it wants its mama, but its mama's like, get the fuck out of here. You're a predator, go prey on things. And
Oh,
it's
they're
like kind
cuties.
of,
Yeah.
I think it's a little vegan. I don't know.
Hell yeah.
He's not eating the worms, but it's in the backyard every morning, and it walked up to the back door yesterday
Cool.
and was just like, "Hey," and
Is
I
it
was like,
big?
"I mean, yeah, it's not like a red tail hawk. Those are like it's not
Sure.
big enough that I worry about the dog,
No.
but it's hanging out, and that's fun. We have a bearded dragon.
Hmm.
Her name is Elfie.
Hmm.
I love her more and more every day. She brings me so much fucking joy. I don't know if
Good.
you heard me, but I was feeding her roaches. We just had a break and I had to run to the restroom, but it's like also her like roach feeding time and it's my job to feed her bugs. So she eats them and she's such a predator and she like is getting so fat so quickly. So Harper got her a leash. This is the thing. Were you at the flea market when we saw the
Hmm.
lady with the beard?
Hmm.
Okay, so we got a leash and it's got a backpack attachment and a butterfly wing attachment and a dragon wing attachment. So you can stick those on. And she just,
That rocks.
so yesterday they were like, I was like, can you take the dog for a walk in the evening? Because I'm making dinner. And they were like, yeah, can we take Elfie? And I was like, yes. So they were like walking around the neighborhood with the lizard on Harper's shoulder and the dog. And like everyone was like, is that a, so they met all the neighbors and it's just like bringing the community
That
together.
rocks.
I know. I was like, I think we need a bird backpack too. And then we can take all the animals out for walks and like start charging people money.
Hmm.
So that brought me joy. And then I started, I think you're gonna dig this because you were talking about space and like how into space you are. You probably heard of this already, but we just started it. It's this podcast. Thank you, Becca, for your recommendation. It's called Midnight Burger.
Okay.
Have you heard of it?
I haven't.
Okay. So it's like um in Christmas Story when he's like listening to the Little Orphan Annie radio spot and there was like this is like before television.
Hmm.
It's harkening back to that time where they're telling a story and you're listening. And it's not real, it's fictional. So you're hearing the actors talk and you're hearing the story happen around you. And it's great. I highly recommend. It's like a
Cool.
thing now. It's becoming a thing and people are like starting to create like fan art. So I highly recommend for those that drive in cars and or do things like start getting out of just like listen to us first always, but give Midnight Burger a chance. And this is kind of like a new art form, a new old art form that's coming back, and I think it's really cool.
Love it. Okay, very cool. That sounds
So yeah,
interesting.
and it has to do with space and like dimensions
Yeah,
and
it does sound cool. I'm just having a quick look at it
dark
here now.
matter and all those things. And they say
Nice.
fuck. So yay, it's all the
Okay.
things. I
Okay.
know, right? Okay, what about you? What's bringing you joy?
Okay. So something that I have been not really that interested in, and my friend kind of put me onto it and and told me to like watch a few episodes of it. He like put a few episodes on was Murderbot, which I
I've
am
heard of it.
really enjoying. It's like I was a wee bit worried about the tone because I thought it might be like really kind of smug. Basically, it's about this like AI, this robot, the security bot who like hacks this like its governor module, which like controls it
Oh,
essentially, and it
is it a
becomes like
Sarsgaard?
yeah,
Okay.
like but it's like him. Like I thought it was going to be like more serious than it is, but it's like quite comedic, and it's basically him looking after these researchers on this kind of like planet. But it's really good. It's like each episode is only about 30 minutes, and if even that 20 minutes, more like it. And it's just nice and punchy and kind of like it's been a nice kind of tonic because I've been watching a lot of like longer stuff. And I'm surprised at how much I'm enjoying it, but it's very good
Good.
and he's great in it. So yeah, well worth a watch. I just hated
Whatever.
the name. I hated the
Yeah.
name. But like
Murderbot?
it's yes, it's I understand why it's called Murderbot now, and it's quite good.
Why do you think it's a bad name? I think it's a
I
great
just thought
name.
it sounded like edgy. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, Murderbot's so edgy, but it's not that. It is kind of tongue in cheek in some fun ways, you know.
I see. Because he's
Uh,
not.
he's not really. Well, I'll let you be
I'm
the
gonna,
judge. You can watch it.
gonna start calling you
Oh,
Murderbot.
please. Oh, God, my dream. Okay, so next week, folks, we are looking at Wet Hot American Summer, our last movie in our summer season. It'll be a nice return to form. It's a way more comedic. It's a nice light one. My dog is barking at me, so it's go time.
Oh,
Beth, can you
go.
tell um, everyone where they can find us?
Find us at movietestofTime.com um, or wherever you find or you know what, just Google. It's a thing.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
Movie Test of Time and you will find all the things that we're doing because we're everywhere.
Hell yeah. All right,
Everywhere you want to be.
nice. All right, folks. In that case, we've reached the end of this week's episode, and as always, we'd like to say goodbye to our defeated and determined fans. Bye. We love
Love
you.
you. Bye, bye, bye,
Bye
bye.
bye.